Hello everyone. The previous class we started discussion of VSEPR theory. The same thing we continue to valence shell, electron pair, repulsion theory, VSEPR theory. Okay. So yesterday some of the examples we have discussed already. Okay. So what are the examples we discussed yesterday? NH3, H2, all those we have discussed. And today we are going to discuss the remaining examples. Like what now? Which topic we are discussing? VSE PR theory. VSCPR theory. Okay. So according to this now, next example we take. Suppose PCl5. PCl5. This PCl5 phosphorus pentachloride has the central atom as what? No, phosphorus. Phosphorus as what? Central atom. Okay. Now, why phosphorus is central atom? The phosphorus is less electronegative atom. Phosphorus is less electronegative atom than chlorine. That is one thing. Second thing, phosphorus can form maximum 5 bonds. Phosphorus atom can form maximum how many bonds? 5 bonds. And chlorine can form 1 bond, suppose. Maximum bonds, let it be. Whatever. Chlorine also can form 7 bonds. But in this case, what we are taking concept, less electronegative atom. Less electronegative atom generally forms central atom. And also we can say the atom which can form more number of bonds. Atom which can form more number of bonds can also be taken as central atom. But in this case, phosphorus can form 5 bonds maximum, Cl can form 7 bonds maximum. So here, in this case, we are taking only electronegativity. Less electronegative phosphorus, central atom. So what is central atom here? The phosphorus is what? Central atom. Central atom. This central atom belongs to which group? Group 15. That is Roman number 5A. So group 15 element has how many valence electrons? 5 valence electrons. So 5 valence electrons in phosphorus atom. Now around this phosphorus, around the phosphorus, how many monovalent atoms? 5 monovalent atoms. How many chlorine monovalent atoms? 5 monovalent chlorine atoms. How many monovalent chlorine atoms? No? 5 monovalent chlorine atoms are available here. So these 5 monovalent chlorine atoms form how many bonds? They form 5 bonds. How many bonds are formed here? 5 bonds formed here. 5 bonds indicates here how many electron pairs must be there? 5 bond pairs must be there here. 5 bond pairs must be. 5 bond pairs around what? Around phosphorus. Around the central atom phosphorus, how many bond pairs are there now? 5 bond pairs. Because each chlorine is monovalent. Each chlorine forms 1 bond. 5 monovalent atoms form 5 bonds. The 5 bonds contain how many bond pairs? 5 bond pairs. Therefore, what is VSEPR notation? VSEPR notation of PCl5. Notation of PCl5 is what? Tell me. AB5. AB5. AB5 is what? No, VSEPR notation of PCl5 molecule. In this case, now B5 indicating what here? 5 bond pairs. A is what? Central atom. A is what here? Central atom. B5 indicates 5 bond pairs. Right? Now, phosphorus has how many valence electrons here? Maximum 5 valence electrons there. All 5 electrons given in 5 bonds. Huh? All 5 electrons given in 5 bonds. Any lone pairs will be there here? There are no lone pairs. There are no lone pairs on phosphorus atom in the valence shell. Therefore, what we have to understand, L not there here. Need not to write L here. L0. L0 means lone pair 0. So need not to mention this. So AB5 is what now here? VSEPR notation of PCl5 molecule. Is that clear? Let's take the screenshot of this. Yeah. So now what we have understood? PCl5 molecule. PCl5 molecule notation is what? A, B5. So B5 indicating how many bond pairs? 5 bond pairs. 5 bond pairs. So 5 bond pairs indicates here, and 0 lone pairs. 0 lone pairs. The number of lone pairs 0 here. Lone pairs 0, but 5 bond pairs are there. Now total number of electron pairs how many? Total number of electron pairs. So total number of electron pairs how many here? 5. Bond pairs 5, lone pairs 0. 5 plus 0, 5 electron pairs totally. 5 electron pairs indicates how many bond means hybrid orbitals here? 5 hybrid orbitals. 5 hybrid orbitals. So 5 hybrid orbitals are present in phosphorus atom, central atom. Totally 5 hybrid orbitals are there. 5 hybrid orbitals indicates what now? sp3 dehybridization. sp3d hybridization. So the type of hybridization is what now? sp3d hybridization. So sp3d hybridization is. So what we have understood here, the PCl5 molecule, the central atom of PCl5 molecule is phosphorus, and around the phosphorus there are 5 bond pairs and 0 lone pairs. 5 bond pairs and 0 lone pairs, right? So these all bond pairs and lone pairs. Totally together, how many there? 5 plus 0, 6 there. 6 electron pairs, 5 electron pairs. 5 plus 0, 5 electron pairs. The 5 electron pairs indicates what here? Totally 5 hybrid orbitals in the phosphorus. In 5 hybrid orbitals in phosphorus atom, central atom. So 5 hybrid orbitals means what is the type of hybridization here? It is what now? sp3d hybridization. sp3d hybridization, right? So it is what now here? sp3d hybridization takes place in phosphorus atom. Phosphorus atom, the sp3d hybridization takes place. Okay, so it is a type of hybridization we can identify like this. And VSEPR notation is what? AB5. AB5, and PCl5 molecule has 2 types of shapes. Let's take the screenshot of this. Yeah. So now here, what we have understood, PCl5 molecule has AB5 notation and also sp3d hybridization, right? sp3d hybridization in PCl5 molecule. Okay. Now these 5 sp3d hybrids here, how many s? 1s, 3p, 1d. Totally how many orbitals here? 5 hybrid orbitals. There are 5 hybrid orbitals. Now these 5 hybrid orbitals take which geometry? The orbital geometry is what? Orbital geometry. Orbital geometry of PCl5. Orbital geometry of which molecule? PCl5 molecule is what? Tell me. Orbital geometry is trigonal bipyramid. Okay, trigonal bipyramid. Trigonal bipyramid geometry. Next, in this molecule, all bond pairs only. Okay, 5 bond pairs only. 5 bond pairs only. There are no lone pairs here. There are no lone pairs in PCl5 molecule. Now bond pairs will decide what molecular shape. The bond pairs only will decide what molecular shape. Central atom phosphorus here. Here 3 bonds with fluorine atoms. These 3 bonds are equatorial bonds. 1 bond with Cl axial bond. 1 bond with Cl axial bond. As these 2 axial bonds will be there. 2 axial bonds and 3 equatorial bonds. So these 2 are axial bonds and these 3 are what? Equatorial bonds. So totally 5 bonds will be there. And this molecular shape is what now here? Molecular geometry. Molecular geometry of PCl5 is what? Again, same trigonal bipyramid geometry. The geometry is not changing here. The orbital geometry is trigonal bipyramid and also the molecular geometry also trigonal bipyramid. But in some molecules where the lone pairs present, in that cases the orbital geometry will be different and molecular geometry will be different. But in the case of phosphorus pentachloride, there are no lone pairs, only bond pairs are there. If only bond pairs are there, the orbital geometry will be equal to molecular geometry. So the molecular geometry of PCl5 molecule is what? trigonal bipyramidal geometry. There is no change in geometry. That means orbital geometry is equal to molecular geometry if only bond pairs are present. Let's take this screenshot now. Yeah. So next case is that suppose I'm taking here ClF3. ClF3. Chlorine trifluoride. Chlorine trifluoride. The ClF3 central atom is what now? Between Cl and fluorine, which is less electronegative atom? Cl is less electronegative atom. Cl is less electronegative atom. And moreover, fluorine atom and the hydrogen atom. These two atoms cannot form, can never form central atom. Fluorine and hydrogen because of very small size. Now here Cl is central atom here. Central atom. This central atom Cl has how many valence electrons? First tell me which group it belongs to. Group 17 or Roman number 7A. So how many valence electrons in group 17? 7 valence electrons. How many valence electrons are here? 7 valence electrons. In what? Cl atom. Now, how many monovalent atoms here around this? So there are 3 monovalent. Monovalent means what? Valency 1. Each fluorine atom can form 1 bond only. So there are totally 3 monovalent fluorine atoms. So how many monovalent fluorine atoms are here? 3 monovalent fluorine atoms are present. Now these 3 monovalent will form how many bonds totally? They form 3 bonds. How many bonds are formed here? 3 bonds are formed here. 3 bonds are formed indicating how many bond pairs? Therefore, 3 bond pairs. 3 bond pairs. Around what? Central atom. Around the central atom, how many bond pairs are there now? 3 bond pairs are there. Is that clear? Next, now check it here. Now, chlorine has how many valence electrons totally? 7 valence electrons. Out of 7 valence electrons, how many electrons given in the 3 bonds? In the 3 bonds formation, the Cl has given how many bonds? How many electrons? 3 electrons. So 3 electrons are contributed. 3 electrons are contributed by what? Chlorine. By Cl atoms. The Cl atoms have contributed how many electrons now? 3 electrons. So totally 3 electrons are contributed by chlorine. Now out of 7 electrons, 3 electrons contributed given. Now still how many electrons left over here? How many electrons left over? Therefore, thus 4 electrons. 4 electrons means how many electron pairs? 2 lone pairs. 2 lone pairs left over. Left on chlorine. So on chlorine atom, how many electrons? Left over 4 electrons. After giving 3 electrons for 3 bonds formation, 4 electrons left over. The 4 electrons will be existing in the form of how many lone pairs? 2 lone pairs. So 2 lone pairs are there and 3 bond pairs are there around the central atom. So in the valence shell of central atom, how many bond pairs now? 3 bond pairs. And how many lone pairs? 2 lone pairs. What will be the VSEPR notation? VSEPR notation. The VSEPR notation is equal to what for ClF3? A, central atom A, and B3, 3 bond pairs, and L2. L2 indicates what? 2 lone pairs. Now, totally how many electron pairs here? Total electron pairs how many? 3 bond pairs plus 2 lone pairs. Totally 5 electron pairs are there. There is VSEPR notation of what? ClF3. Is that clear now? Let's take the screenshot of this. So now we have understood that ClF3 molecule has VSEPR notation of what? A, B2, A, B3, L3, no? L. A, B3, L. Now totally how many electron pairs here? So 3 bond pairs. 3 bond pairs and 2 lone pairs. 2 lone pairs and 3 bond pairs. Now totally how many electron pairs now? Total number of electron pairs. Total number of electron pairs, how many? 5. So 5 electron pairs indicates what now? 5 electron pairs indicates what? 5 hybrid orbitals. 5 hybrid orbitals. 5 hybrid orbitals. 5 hybrid orbitals will be in which type of hybridization? sp3d hybridization. sp3d hybridization. So now here if the number of hybrid orbitals is 5, the type of hybridization is what now? sp3d. sp3. So this sp3d hybridization will have 5 hybrid orbitals. These 5 hybrid orbitals will take which geometry? Orbital geometry is what now here? Trigonal bipyramidal. Orbital geometry is what now? Trigonal bipyramidal. In this trigonal this is called what now here? Orbital geometry. Remember, what is this called now? Orbital geometry. It is not the molecular geometry. Remember, it's not molecular shape. Orbital geometry means the 5 hybrid orbitals of ClF3 will be taking which shape? Trigonal bipyramid shape. Is that clear? So out of the 5 hybrid orbitals, 3 hybrid orbitals contain 3 bond pairs, 2 hybrid orbitals contain lone pairs. Is that clear? So the orbital geometry is what? Trigonal bipyramid. Trigonal bipyramid. Now we are discussing what now here? Molecular geometry. For this, what is the notation here? AB3L2. AB3L2 means here it is what now? Cl, right? Cl. Now here how many hybrid orbitals are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So sp3d how many there? 5 hybrid orbitals are here. Right? Now where the bond pairs must be located in case of trigonal bipyramid? In case of trigonal bipyramid, these bond pairs, the bond pairs must be present in which place? And lone pairs must be present at which place? We have to understand. So we must understand that in equatorial positions, these 3 are equatorial positions. It is axial position, it is also axial position. So the 3 equatorial positions must get lone pairs first. We have to place the lone pairs in which place? Only equatorial place first. Now here see here one lone pair I am keeping, here one lone pair, here one lone pair. So 2 lone pairs. 2 lone pairs are located at which positions? Equatorial positions. Yeah, this is one lone pair at equatorial position. This is one lone pair at equatorial position. Now remaining all positions. How many axial positions available now? 2 axial positions available and 1 equatorial position is available. Right? Now remaining positions are occupied by what? Bond pairs. How many bond pairs in this? B3 indicates what? 3 bond pairs. So here one bond pair. Here one electron of Cl, one electron of fluorine. Here also one bond pair. Here also one bond pair. So totally how many bond pairs? 1, 2, 3 bond pairs. How many lone pairs? 2 lone pairs. Okay. Now the molecular geometry will be like Cl. Okay. Here it is F. Again F. It is F. Okay. So here one lone pair is there. Here in one hybrid orbital lone pair is there. Here in another hybrid orbital one lone pair is there. So 2 lone pairs present in hybrid orbitals. The lone pairs will not decide the shape of the molecule. The lone pairs do not determine. The lone pairs will not determine what? The shape of the molecule. Only bond pairs will decide what? The shape. We have to draw the lines, bond lines for only bond pairs. Here one bond pair is there. Here one bond pair is there. Here one bond pair is there. For every bond pair, one bond line should be drawn. So like this here a CLF bond, CLF bond, CLF bond. This shape is called what now? T shape. What is shape here? T shape. So what is T shape here? The T shaped molecule example what? CLF3. Now this T shape is which geometry? It is molecular geometry. Remember what is here? Molecular geometry. Molecular geometry, otherwise molecular shape. Molecular geometry or molecular shape. So molecular shape of CLF3 is what now? T shape. But orbital geometry of CLF3 is what? Trigonal bipyramid. In this trigonal bipyramid geometry, in which positions the lone pairs are located? The equatorial positions lone pairs are located. And the remaining positions, two axial and one equatorial, are occupied by bond pairs. The bond pairs determine the shape of the molecule. So it is ClF3, T shape. It is like T, capital T. So T shaped molecule. Take the screenshot of this one. This is like that. Don't have this here. Okay. So here it is about what now here molecular geometry, and this is about orbital geometry. Okay. Here why orbital geometry is not same as molecular shape? Because there are lone pairs here. When lone pairs are present along with bond pairs, the molecular geometry will be different and orbital geometry will be different. This point we have to understand. Okay. So next thing is that, see here now, in case of ClF3, orbital geometry is trigonal bipyramid, molecular geometry is what? T shape. Is that clear? Now next one. Next I am taking here XeF2. What is called? XeF2. Xenon difluoride. Xenon difluoride molecule. In this case, what is central atom? Xenon. Why xenon is central atom? Because here xenon is what now less electronegative than fluorine. And fluorine can never form what? Can never form central atom. That's why here xenon is having how many valence electrons now? Xenon has totally how many electrons? 8 electrons. So xenon is central atom, belongs to which group now? Group 18, inert gas element. How many valence electrons now? 8 valence electrons. And then this, how many fluorine atoms here? So here how many monovalent? There are 2 monovalent. There are 2 monovalent fluorine atoms. That means each monovalent atom forms one bond. 2 monovalent atoms will form 2 bonds. So they form, the 2 atoms form what? 2 bonds. 2 bonds. 2 bonds indicates how many bond pairs? Therefore, 2 bond pairs. 2 bond pairs. In 2 bonds, how many bond pairs will be there? 2 bond pairs will be there. Up to this, try to understand. Next, here xenon has how many valence electrons? Totally 8 electrons. Out of 8 electrons, the xenon has contributed how many electrons in the 2 bonds formation? For every bond, 1 electron given by xenon. So xenon has given how many electrons now? 2 electrons are contributed. Contributed means given. Contributed means for given by xenon. Xenon has given how many electrons here? 2 electrons for the 2 bonds formation. Here still how many electrons left over? Therefore, 6 electrons left. 6 electrons left in xenon. In the outermost orbit of xenon, how many electrons left over? 6 electrons. 6 electrons will be in the form of how many lone pairs? 3 lone pairs. How many lone pairs here? 3 lone pairs. The 6 electrons will exist in the form of 3 LP. 3 LP there here, and how many BP here? 2 BP. So 2 BP are there and 3 LP there. LP means for lone pairs, BP indicates for bond pairs. So 2 bond pairs and 3 lone pairs. Is that clear now? Now what is the VSEPR notation here? What is VSEPR notation of xenon difluoride? It is A, central atom A, B2, 2 bond pairs, L3, 3 lone pairs. So here totally how many electron pairs? 2 plus 3. 2 bond pairs plus 3 lone pairs. Totally 5 electron pairs. 5 electron pairs indicates how many hybrid orbitals? 5 hybrid orbitals. 5 hybrid orbitals indicates which hybridization? sp3d hybridization. Is that clear? Let's take the screenshot of this. So first we have to get what now? VSEPR notation. We have derived VSEPR notation first. Okay. Next. Okay. So what we have understood here, xenon difluoride has which notation? A, B2, L3. Now totally how many electron pairs? 5 electron pairs. 5 electron pairs indicates 5 hybrid orbitals. 5 hybrid orbitals indicates what here? sp3d. sp3d. Is that clear? Just a moment. No? Yeah. So xenon difluoride has the VSEP rotation of what? VSEP rotation of AB to L3. Means B to L3 means how many electron pairs totally? 5. 5 means sp3d. sp3d means what should be orbital geometry? Tell me. What is orbital geometry? Orbital geometry means here 5 hybrid orbitals there. Na? The 5 hybrid orbitals will take which geometry? Trigonal bipyramid geometry. Trigonal bipyramid geometry. The shape is what now? The shape of molecule orbitals what? The shape of orbitals what? Trigonal bipyramid. Is that clear? Now here it is trigonal bipyramid. Here one centilateral. This is centilateral here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hybrid orbitals here. Now, how many lone pairs in this? 3 lone pairs. The 3 lone pairs of the trigonal bipyramid must be placed at which positions? Equatorial positions. At 3 equatorial positions, place 3 lone pairs first. 3 lone pairs. Then still how many bond pairs in these? 2 bond pairs there. Here one bond pair. Here one bond pair. Is that clear now? So two bond pairs are located in 2 axial orbitals, and in the 3 equatorial orbitals, 3 lone pairs are there. It is what now? Trigonal bipyramid geometry, which is orbital geometry. What is here? This orbital geometry is this one here. Now molecular geometry means molecular shape. So molecular shape or molecular geometry. Molecular shape or molecular geometry, both same. So here molecular geometry. Molecular shape or molecular geometry of XeF2 will be what now here? Xenon is central atom here. Xenon is central atom, and this is one bond pair. This is one bond. Only 2 bond pairs there here. So here one line with F, one bond line with F, and here one bond line with fluorine. Now what is the shape here? Linear shape. Is what now here? Linear shape. Geometry is what now here? Linear. Linear geometry is for XeF2. XeF. That's it. Now here one lone pair in one hybrid orbital. Here one lone pair. Here one lone pair in hybrid orbital. And here also one lone pair in hybrid orbital. So like this, 3 hybrid orbitals contain what? 3 lone pairs. Out of 5 hybrid orbitals, here 3 hybrid orbitals contain what? 3 lone pairs, and one contains what here? One lone pair. Is it clear? So it is one now molecular shape. Molecular shape of what? XeF2. What is shape of this here? Linear shape here. All the 3 atoms in the same line, yes, on the same axis. That's why it is called what now? A linear shape. Linear shape. Okay. But orbital geometry is what? Trigonal bipyramid. Is the concept clear? So it's about xenon difluoride. Is that clear? Next. Take the screenshot of this one. Next I'm taking BrF5. BrF5. So both are halogens here. Both are halogens. These compounds are called interhalogen compounds. Interhalogen compounds means the compounds formed by the combination of 2 types of halogens. So here less electronegative is bromine. So less electronegative indicates what? Central atom. So less electronegative atom. That's why. Therefore, central atom is what now here? Bromine. Central atom is what now? Bromine. This bromine central atom belongs to which group? Group 17. Group 17 means how many valence electrons? 7 valence electrons. 7 valence electrons. Out of 7 valence electrons, how many electrons given in the bonds? Here, how many monovalent atoms? 5. So 5 monovalent atoms. We have 5 bonds. 5 monovalent atoms indicates what? 5 bonds. 5 bonds indicates how many bond pairs? 5 bond pairs. How many bond pairs here? 5 bond pairs in 5 bonds. Now, how many electrons given? 5 electrons given by bromine. The bromine has contributed how many electrons here? 5 electrons. Therefore, how many left over? 2 electrons left. 2 electrons left means 1 electron pair. 1 lone pair. So, 1 lone pair is left over here. 2 electrons left over meaning what? 1 lone pair is left over. So, 1 lone pair is there around the bromine in the valence shell and 5 bond pairs there here. So, then tell me what is VSEPR notation? VSEPR notation of what? Br F5 is what? VSEPR notation is what? A, central atom A, and B how many? 5. B5. How many lone pairs? 1 lone pair. So L. So AB5L. Now totally how many electron pairs? 5 electron pairs, bond pairs, and 1 electron pair, lone pair. Totally 6 electron pairs. 6 electron pairs. 6 electron pairs indicates what now? 6 hybrid orbitals. 6 electron pairs indicates what? 6 hybrid orbitals. 6 hybrid orbitals will be forming which type of hybridization? sp3d2. sp3d2 is the type of hybridization. So sp3d2 is what? The hybridization of this BrF5. Is that clear? Let's take the screenshot of this now. Here. Now here. Now this BrF5. What is the type notation here? A, B5, 5 bond pairs and 1 lone pair. 5 bond pairs and lone pair. Is that clear? Now what is the hybridization? I told sp3d2. sp3d2 means what is orbital geometry always? Orbital geometry will be octahedral. Orbital geometry is what now? Octahedral. Octahedral. So octahedral geometry is what now? Orbital geometry. Okay, but molecular geometry. Molecular geometry. Molecular geometry, molecular shape is what now here like this. So a bromine, 4 bonds with 4 fluorine, and 1 bond with 1 fluorine. And 1 lone pair will be here. In 1 orbital, lone pair will be there. So the shape is what now here? Square pyramid. Square pyramid.